Alright, what's going on everybody? This is Silva, director and founder here at Radium Films, and today we're going to be talking about a very important topic in my opinion, which is how to stay motivated. Alright, so I have 5 steps, 5 rules, yes, created by me. Totally not original. I'm sure somewhere out there, someone is thinking the same way. But these are my 5 ways that help me to stay motivated, whether it's on a hard task, whether it's on as simple as a YouTube video or completing that homework assignment you totally procrastinated for like an entire month and now have to do the night before. So when it comes to motivation, everyone has their own definition, right? Everyone has something that motivates them to get up in the morning. Now, before we get into this video, we have to start off by asking yourself, what motivates me? You have to ask yourself, what is it that I'm passionate about? What is it that I enjoy doing? First and foremost, you need to ask yourself that question, what motivates me? Now, in order to stay motivated, of course, you need to have step number 1, rule number 1, goals. You need to have goals. Having goals is very important because if you don't have any goals, you're not going to be motivated to do anything. You know, there's a famous saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Same thing goes with motivation. If you don't have any goals, you're not going to get anywhere. So you need to make sure you have goals in order to push yourself and allow yourself to progress forward. Me personally, as a filmmaker, my mind is always racing. My mind is always thinking, okay, what's the next film? Or, okay, what's the next action scene or script I'm gonna write? Or what's the next shot I'm gonna perform in this movie? Everyone has their own anchor. You have to find that anchor. You have to find something that's gonna sustain yourself and keep you on track. So having goals is definitely the first step on staying motivated, because if you don't have any goals, you're not gonna get anything done. Just wasting your own time. The second rule, now write this down, is once you have your goals, you want to visualize your results. And what I mean by visualizing your results is, let's say for example, you want to create a YouTube video. Now before you create that YouTube video, you want to be sure you visualize that YouTube video already being done. Already on the web, already created, already having tons of views, and just overall being successful, right? Because if you can't visualize yourself being successful, I'm going to keep it real, you're not going to be successful. Now, the most important thing I learned, especially as a filmmaker, the most important thing you need to know in this world and in this film game and in anything in life, if you can't visualize yourself succeeding in something, if you can't visualize yourself progressing in something, you can't visualize yourself moving forward in something, you're wasting your own time and you're never going to be successful. So write that down. Rule number 2, visualize your results, also known as the law of attraction. Some people might know what that is, some people don't know what that is. The law of attraction is pretty much you get what you put out. So if you say that you're going to make $1 million, you're going to make $1 million fucking dollars. Simple as that. Now I know it sounds crazy, but believe me, how do you think I got to where I am right now with Radium Films? I said since day one that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, we're gonna do this, no questions asked, let's make this shit happen, and we made it happen. That's the only way against the results. First, having goals, visualizing results. It's a law of attraction. You have to, it's very important, you have to put out the work in order to see results. Basically have that mindset that you already have it. That YouTube video, you already have it. It's already there. Even though it's not there yet, it's already there. That's rule number 2. Make sure you guys are writing this down. This is very important information. Rule number 3, break down your goals. In other words, asking yourself, how am I gonna do this? Now, this is very important because if you're not able to break down your goals, you're gonna feel like you're all over the place. And you wanna have all your thoughts from all the way out here, all the way over here. You gotta get all your thoughts that are scrambled all the way out here and bring everything here. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I'm very disorganized. For example, my school books. I go to school, I get a homework assignment, sometimes the first thing I do is just put the assignment into my bag. I don't put it in a folder, I don't put it in a binder. I just put it right into my bag and expect to find it later when I need it. Same thing with your goals. If you do that with your goals, you don't write it down, you don't keep track of it, you just think of it, expect to remember it later, and find it when you need it, it's going to be hard and you're going to end up losing track of things. So you want to make sure you write down your goals, write down how am I going to do this, write down steps. Let's say, for example, you want to go to the grocery store, write down steps. First, I'm going to wake up at this time, get this amount of money, take my car to the store, buy this, buy that, go to the cash register, purchase it, and go back home. Sometimes you need to break it down, because if you don't break it down, it's going to be so much harder to get it done. It makes it that much easier to be able to get it done if you just break down your goals. Now the fourth rule, make sure you're writing this down, this is very important, is taking action. Now, once you've got a list of goals, visualize your results. Broke down all of your goals. Now, this is the point where you have to take action. You have to this is the point where you just grab life by the horns and you just go for it. Like, for example, I remember when, what was it, like 3-4 years ago, I always used to tell my buddy Danielle, he's in Solstice, Discovering the Abyss. We and him, we started out the movie making together, along with David. But I started out with Danielle first, and I remember when I always used to tell Danielle, me and him always used to talk about one day filming on a moving train. Now, the thing with this is, let me tell you, it took 2 years to make that shit happen. And within those 2 years, there was a lot of learning, there was a lot of stuff to go through before that. It was a lot of preparation. You know, we had to learn how to film properly, how to make a decent video, how to get the permission to go on a train, first of all. How we got into the train, we took the L train all the way to the last stop and literally swapped train to train. Right before the train would leave, we would swap, boom, 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 and go to each train until it was ready to take off. Then we would go to the next train and keep filming. It was back to back to back to back. We would film the fight scene millions of times, trust me, because I was the one in that fight scene and I kept telling everyone, all right, listen, I didn't like the way it came out, let's do it again. It was like maybe a minute and a half straight punches, kicks, all in one camera shot. It was insane. But you know what? 2 years after I made a goal, I visualized my results, and I broke down my goals, I saw progress. And that leads into the last and final step, rule number 5, make the results. In order to make the results, you need to take action. It is very, very important to just, once you see the opportunity, go for it, because you're not going to be able to have that opportunity again. The biggest thing is people are very afraid of fail. And trust me when I say this, the film industry is going to be a very dark, lonely, and hard path. And it's not for the faint of heart. Just like a whole bunch of other careers out there. Now, you gotta really ask yourself before you want to become a professional filmmaker, you know, these people go out for days, weeks, months at a time, and they don't come home. You gotta ask yourself, are you willing to make that commitment? Are you willing to make that sacrifice? Me personally, I want to build my production company. I want to be the next production, I want to be the next Paramount, I want to be the next Lionsgate. And when people hear Iranian Films, they're like, oh, those are the guys that are, you know, producing all these movies. Let's, you know, I want to audition through them. You know, I want to have Iranian Films out there. You have to really ask yourself if you're really willing to commit to spending days, weeks, months at a time away from home. Let's say you're married and you have a family. Are you willing to sacrifice all that time away in order to pursue this film career? Me personally, I want to build my production company, run around my own schedule, and still have time for my own family. With that being said, you have to not be afraid to take sacrifices. You can't be afraid of fail. That is the biggest thing with anything in life. A lot of people are afraid to fail, and let me tell you something. Within the 2-3 years I've been doing Iranian Films, this entire film stuff, I failed countless times. Completely failed. And what I mean by failed is, there would be days where I would go and script out an entire movie and get maybe 20, 30 people together, and on the day of, I'd travel from where I live like an hour away and no one would show up. And that would be money, time, effort gone to waste. There will be times where your film just doesn't make it. You know, you submit to a film festival and it doesn't make it. You have people hating on your content. You know, it's gonna happen. You just have to keep moving forward. You can't be afraid to step outside the box. You can't be afraid to go out there and show the world what you're made of. I hope everyone got something from this video. Remember, write this down, the 5 rules. 1, have goals. 2, visualize your results. 3, break down your goals by asking yourself, how am I gonna do this? 4, take action. Don't be afraid to fail. 5, make fucking results. Anyway, guys, this was Matthew Silva, director and founder here at Radium Films, and I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, smack that like button, shoot me a subscribe, check out the website Matts.Graphics. I'll leave it in the link. I'll leave it in the bio below. Check out the Instagram page at Radium Films, the Twitter page at Radium Films, and also the Facebook page at Radium Films. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.